Hello and welcome to Buckinghamshire Adults Care Services Directory demonstration. So this is our landing page. It gives you a bit of a explanation as to what the service directory is. So the directory supports you to find care and support services to meet your requirement. It's a one-stop shop and it allows you to find out information about various care services, equipment, community resources and health-related services. We also have a tool on the site which is called My Care Finder. This helps you to narrow down your search according to your needs or your family member's need by answering a series of questions. It's a bit like Go Compare, and it allows you to compare the providers and the responses and the prices. You can search the directory in a number of ways. You can do it by keyword, distance, and location. If I click on search, that brings up all the services we have on the directory. Again, you can put the keywords, location and distance down the side to narrow down the search. We've also got a number of filters and I don't know whether you are aware from a resident's point of view of the Care Quality Commission, which regulates a lot of care services. And they visit them and they review them and they give them a rating, and those will pull through on the system as well. So you can look at, if you see there, we have 443 services, but if you wanted just services that dealt with dementia, you can narrow down your search and you'll see there's only 115 there. You can click onto a provider by the link here to find out more information about them. And this is what I was referring to before about their overall rating. You can actually even download the report. You can go to their website and you can get their contact details. You can add them to your shortlist or add them to your favourites. Or you can even leave feedback, fill out the form and press send. You can also search the directory by category. Under here, you see the pictures, and underneath them are various categories, or as we call them, service types. Some of them connect straight through to care information on our Care Advice Bucks website, which is where all our adult social care information and advice sits. So if we click on the first category, housing and residential, and go to residential homes, you'll see there are 85 services on there currently. Again, you can use any of the filters or any of the search criteria. We go back to the categories. If you click on information and advice, it comes up with advocacy, general advice, brokerage and shared lives. All these go through to the Care Advice Bucks website, where you'll get a lot of information about the topic. Brokerage. Everything you need to know about brokerage and contact details, etc., will be there. Now, it's worth pointing out that when you need care, I know it's very daunting. I've had to look for care myself for elderly relatives, and before you launch into paying for services, it's worth looking at the local community to see what is available. If you click on the community resources, that takes us through to our Bucks online directory, which deals with a lot of volunteer groups in the community and things to do, advice and support, education and learning and environment, and almost anything you can think of, you can search by keyword here. We also know that there are many carers that need to look for care services for people they're looking after. So we have a link through to our information on supporting carers. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see we have our terms and conditions. If you click on, you can read through the terms and conditions. We have our cookie policy and also our accessibility policy. The top menu bar here, you can view your favourites. If you remembered, we save some as favourites, and the same with the shortlisting. If you go to My Account, it shows you that I'm actually logged in as public user 2, my email address, and I have actually put through various brokerage packages for my Care Finder, which I'll be coming on to in a minute. You can contact us. If there are any news items, you can click on that, they will come up. You can suggest a service. If you are from an organisation that has several services and you want them included, you can fill that in and press submit. And then finally, we go to our My Care Finder. This explains to you how it works. I mentioned earlier about filling out a questionnaire, which narrows down which providers can meet your specific requirements. So if we go into home care and click start, so it explains here, it's find home care providers, enter unique care requirements and submit them to a number of providers. And you should get personalised care results back within 4 days. Again, it explains how it works. There are a set of terms and conditions and disclaimers which you need to accept. And then you can get started. It does explain here about the financial thresholds, but if you are in any doubt, it gives you a contact number you can call there, and there's also a link through to our online financial assessment. But if you're pretty sure you are self-funded, your care isn't paid for by the council, you can go ahead and answer the following questions for home care. So it asks you who needs the service. Are you looking for yourself or someone else? Where you'd like the service delivered, when you'd like it delivered, and what type of home care areas do you need support with. For the purposes of this, I'll put getting dressed and personal care. Then how many hours help do you require a week? We'll put 10 in. And the kind of times you would ideally like the help. So we'll put 10 to 12 and 6 to 8. And then click next. And it goes on to your requirements. What is the age range? Say an older person. Do you have any of the following conditions? We'll say physical disabilities. Do you require support with medication? No, not on this occasion. And then it comes on to your preferences. Do you have any pets? Do you have gender preference? Does anyone in the property smoke? And do you have a key safe? Then you can review your answers and you can edit any of your answers. If you are happy with your questions and your responses, then you complete and ask for offers. And you can see we have 2 providers that can meet our requirements. Now I'm going to hand over to my colleague Mike, who will show you from the provider side what the provider does and how that response comes back to yourselves. Mike?
Yeah, if you just ask for offers now, then Linda.
Okay.
Right, let me share
and
my
then
screen. So if you're a provider, you will log into the back end of the system, and you should get a notification on your dashboard about receiving some care, which you need to respond to. So in the back end of the system, you go to your responses, and you fill out whether you can meet the requirements of the person that submitted what they require. So in this instance, I'm going to click yes. You then say, yes, we are able to provide this service, because you clicked yes to all the above conditions. You agree to a brokerage package terms and conditions. The frequency was weekly. Total hours required was 10. Response price will be 50, or whatever the relevant response price is for those amount of hours a week. Then enter an expiry date. Go back to the top, and then you save and mark response complete. And now I'll hand back to Linda, and she'll be able to show you the next steps.
Okay, so Mike will also do the response in the background to the other test provider we've got on here. If I could just point out, this is our test system, so it's not totally complete, and we can make any changes, but obviously we only can use test providers to show you the system. So when Mike's finished filling out the second response,
Yep.
It should appear here on this screen.
Just going through that now.
I'm just going to refresh my screen. Or if you could just give me the heads up, Mike, when you've done it, I'll refresh the screen.
1 second. That should all be done.
Okay, refresh my screen. There we go. We've got 2 offers here. They can both fill out the requirement. They can both meet the requirements, but one is a lot more reasonable than the other. So let's view the offer and make this our preferred offer. And why have we chosen this? Best quality and price combination. And now we confirm our preference. It's as simple as that. Thank you for listening, and I will answer any questions if there are any in the engagement sessions we have.